Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Populous. Had to do the world I was last doing. Sad Willow. Yeah, I had a little think about this. Yeah, what I'll do is, on the worlds, I'm going to get up to, for the first 5 stages, the 5 stages of what the blue hooded figure calls you. He calls you mortal. Firstly he says well done mortal, then he says well done immortal, then he says well done eternal, and then he says well done greater being, and then he says well done eternal God. And I think he says those every 100 worlds. He changes up a step, and after world 500 he says eternal God, and then you're eternal God for the rest of the game, which is forever. So what I'll do is I'll get up to world 500 normally, and after I'm eternal God, then I'll start skipping to world 1000, 2000, 3000 and 4000, etc. until I get up to and then I'll do killer goal, which is 4999, and then I'll work my way up to where the passwords stop working, which is 5120, which is Josamy. Just remembered also world number 2, which I couldn't remember last one, which I could never get by playing the game normally, but with the cheat that's on SMS Power that tells you any password, if you just have to put the number in. World number 2 is Josamar. So yeah, in my last video I also made a mistake. I said it's greater being then eternal. It's not, it's eternal then he calls you greater being, then it's eternal God. Anyway, that's that out of the way, so let's do Sad Willow. Yeah, I'm also going to do these worlds very, very quickly. I'm only pausing to explain something I haven't explained before, because I want to get this, I don't want to dilly-dally around, because there's a lot to do. So yeah, just put Sad Willow in. Okay, number 23, futuristic. Let's go. Okay, no dilly-dallying. Yeah, important to make a castle as soon as possible. And this one, there we go. They're all going the wrong way. Oh no. No, you were in a separate one. Don't nick his castle. You're in a separate one, so you can have that one. Right. Make these people stop being so crazy. Ugh. There you go. Then put him on settle, because putting on Greater Purple Magnet will shake him out of his craziness. Because if he touches the edge of the world, he goes they go crazy, and they start going around in circles. Quite annoying actually. They sometimes do it when they have nowhere else to go as well, like if they're against water and they're trying to get somewhere. Come on, there we go. Fine leader. A lot of rocks here, good rocks and bad rocks. Another one. I did have a playthrough of Golvelius on my channel, and it's unlikely, but if anyone's wondering where it's gone, I wasn't really satisfied with it, because I did the first half of it on an emulator called Gens Plus, which is a good emulator, but it makes the graphics of the Master System games look too pixelated. And then I did the second half on Fusion. I got rid of it because I didn't really like it being done on Gens. I'd rather all my playthroughs were done on Fusion, because the graphics are better, even though Gens has other plus points, such as on Fusion you can either make the window either really small, medium, which is what I have it now, or full screen. You can't have it anywhere in between, whereas on Gens you can have it any size you want. And the sound is louder on Gens Plus as well. But there are some, as Gens Plus is primarily a Mega Drive emulator, Genesis emulator, hence the name. It's sometimes a little bit buggy with Master System games and Game Gear games. Ultimately, they both have plus points and negative points, but Fusion is overall the best one. But I do like Gens for the reason that the music's louder and the you can make the window any size you want. I think that's the only thing that's missing from Fusion, really. They should make the music louder and make it so that you can make any size screen you want. Right, so that's that done. Put on Fight and Settle to get rid of these castles. I hate it on how on Fight and Settle they all go for the same castle or person, and if one changes direction, they all change direction. It's really annoying. And then they just, if two or more go in a castle at once, they sometimes wait a bit before they actually do the fighting. But this one's doing quite well, actually. It's annoying because evil seem to possess the ability to get a person out of their castles without the castle being maxed out of population, and it makes it last longer. The game lasts longer because the people on Fight and Settle, or the knight, ends up fighting the person and then the house, so rather than just the house without the person, because that would halve the time taken, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so I'm not going to dilly-dally, so I'm just going to volcano them now. Volcanoes on this one are useful, on this landscape are useful, but they won't perish as much because Futuristic has a very slow perish rate. The important thing about volcanoes are the rocks. The rocks will prevent them from building again. Mostly, the land can easily be gotten down, so that's why volcanoes are much better than earthquakes, because they create rocks. Yeah, it is very difficult to you know, when I was younger, I started a big list of all the world names, and I just could never get onto world number 2. I could never do it. I either got on 1, which is Hertautord, or 3, which is Timuslug, because it's very difficult to predict, you know, what world you'll land on. You know, because I did it badly on purpose. You know, I had evil invade me and lost a load of my people and allowed them to win my castles, and I kept clawing it back. And I landed on Hertautord, but it's very difficult for me to land on Josimar. I think I did once actually, but then I didn't write it down for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. So that's completely devoid of people now, so they're all gone from there. All the population has sort of migrated. They sort of become refugees. Oh, another one there. There we go. These people out to do some damage. Something over there. Yeah, for some reason, even though this is harder to win the world without Armageddon, it gives you fewer points for doing so. You won't jump as many worlds, even though it's harder to win the world by getting every single evil settlement one by one. It's just annoying, really. I mean, Armageddon should be punished for doing Armageddon because it's an easy way out. I don't understand it. Oh, my leader's a bit weak. I'm gonna put him in a house, and then have him put up and fight and settle again, and turn my leader into a castle. Luckily, he didn't die. Yeah, that rock is preventing that there. There we go. Leader's quite weak. Doesn't matter though. He's lost a castle. Come on, get out and kill the rest of them. Good, thank you. Is my leader ready yet? No, not yet. Some annoyances over here. Get rid of that, there we go. Kill them. Leader's still not ready. He's not ripe yet. Come on, do something. There we go. He's going after this one. Good. Nearly done. Leader ready yet? At last. He was quite weak when he built the castle. Well, when I made it into a castle. I think this is the last one. Nope. No, there's one more over here somewhere. No, they're over here again. They've managed to claw this bit back. I'll just do Armageddon. Now that I'm up to it, because there was some over all the way over here, and I don't have to get. Apart from making a knight, I'd have to do fighting the set. I'd have to slowly, inch by inch, get this territory and get all these damn rocks down. I can't be bothered to do that. There we go, nearly done. That's it, and I win. Because I did that, I get to jump loads. I was on 23, and now I'm on 28. Jump 5. That's not bad. Oh, here's the first bitmap one. Yeah, bitmap is a weird landscape. The land is old-style computer paper. I don't think they make this computer paper anymore. I remember it. It's sort of really thin. I think they still do sort of. You know, if you have a job and you have pay advice, I think they still print that on this type of computer paper, the really thin stuff. And the houses, they're different types of computers. See, that's a Newton's cradle, or different types of office equipment, things you'd have in an office. That's a typewriter. Then a sort of ZX Spectrum, I think, or something like that. And then a newer type of typewriter, or another little computer. And then that's a Master System cartridge, reference to the Master System. Then there's sort of like an old PC, looks like an old Acorn. Then there's a newer type of PC, like a Mac. Well, newer in those days, this was 1989. And then you get, I don't know what this is, it's like a rubber stamp thing. I'm unsure what that is. It's like a rubber stamp. If anyone knows what that is, please tell me. And then a castle made out of rubber stamps. I think it's rubber stamps anyway. The trees are these little green pencils, Coke cans, or called cola, and coffee cups. They're the trees. Leaders come out. Yeah, they're the trees. Coffee cups, Coke cans, and pencils. Now this shows you how old this game is. I'll just pause it quickly and show you. Yeah, the rocks there. These are the rocks. They're sort of like floppy disks, but they sort of made them look a bit bigger than what they are. They're sort of thicker. And the good rocks, the ones that go immediately with just raising and lowering land, they're actually yellow cigarette packets. Now, you never have cigarettes in a game these days for obvious reasons, because it's evil and unhealthy. But it's just like in Wonder Boy 3, the smoking pig shopkeeper. You know, they never have they never have that these days. Well, and they even replaced it in the Game Gear version of that game. They just had a, I can't remember what they put in the Game Gear version to replace the smoking pig. But anyway, yeah, they're actually cigarette packets. Yeah, there's a coffee cup. Yeah, so they're the tree. That's another tree. The 3 types of tree. Anyway, unpause. The C is the publisher of the game was called Tech Magic. I don't know if they still exist, but they're called Tech Magic. And the C is little Tech Magic words. Like desert and snow and ice, the drown and perish rate is extreme. So I'm going to put it on gather than settle for the time being. Yeah, the perish rate is extremely fast, and so is the drown rate. When I was younger, I always used to get it confused. I always used to think the futuristic was the one with, because I knew one of the 2 weird ones was fast and one of them was slow. I used to get them confused, but this is the fast one, and futuristic is the slow perish rate. So yeah, so even if the water's harmful, drowning is a good strategy on this one, because it won't take them long to die. Get it off gather and settle now. Let them build. Little to the left? No. No, he's being annoying. He's built there though. Get rid of the coffee cup. Right, yeah, I did have some Populous videos up before, but I didn't like my strategy. I didn't really have a goal for it, and I hadn't explained everything properly. I think I got some things wrong. And also, some of the video, annoyingly, YouTube, I will complain about this, YouTube, they seem to have this new copyright thing going on, and if in the audio of the video they automatically detect some sort of copyrighted audio, then it detects it, and then they put adverts up, and sometimes the videos are blocked in certain countries. Of course, there's no copyrighted audio on this. It's just me talking and random game noises of me pressing the buttons. You can just hear, I think, and the music in between the levels, worlds, and battle noises and earthquakes and everything. And somehow the idiots at YouTube, their program somehow detected those noises on my previous Populous videos as some sort of record as a musical track, and it said it was copyrighted. Now that's not the end of it, because on those videos I disputed the copyright on my previous Populous videos that you can't see anymore. I disputed the copyright for them, and eventually they were taken down. I disputed it, and the people for whose copyright for whose music there's a copyright on, well, they say there's a copyright on the video, they took them down nicely. But unbelievably, and this is what caused me, well, one of the factors that caused me to redo all this series, because I wanted to anyway. Some of the previous videos in the series were out of sync as well, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, unbelievably, I had part 8 up of my previous Populous playthrough, and there was a copyright claim that that YouTube detected by Warner Chappell music. Now, of course, there's no music on this apart from me talking and little bits of button clicking and earthquake and volcano and swamp noises and night noises or whatever. That's it. And they claimed it as bloody as a song, but and I disputed it, and they actually rejected the claim. They carried on the claim, as if they were in the right. It's unbelievable. They carried on the claim and said that that my dispute was rejected. And of course, YouTube took their side, of course. And if I wanted to dispute it again, I'd have to provide them with my real name and address and all that malarkey, and get all legal, and I can't be bothered to do that. What unbelievable that was. And I think what caused it was because in those videos I did, especially in the later ones, I did very little talking. I just sort of played through and did the odd bit of commentary here and there, because there's nothing, I ran out of things to talk about, and it sort of opened it up to, so that all the YouTube could detect was the the clicking noises and everything. So I think if I just do a bit more commentary, then that won't happen in the future. But it's very annoying, that was. I'm not having them making, putting adverts in my video. I have another video. I have a playthrough of Duke Nukem Time to Kill. Now I wanted to include the first, the intro to that game, because it's very good. It has a song by a band named Stabbing Westward, and and of course YouTube detected it because it's a song, and I'll allow that, and the video is blocked in Germany because of it. But that's fair enough, because it was a song on it, and they put adverts on it and everything. But I'm not having putting adverts on a video. It's the principle of it. There was none of their copyrighted material on that video at all, apart from me talking and a bit of button clicking. They really should sort it out, otherwise they'll soon find people migrating to other video sites. Anyway, enough of that rant. See, I've nearly done this already. I've hardly actually done anything on this. I haven't done any powers or anything. I do a few volcano. No need. I'm nearly one anyway. Get him out. Make a cast out of that. No, it's this one stopping it. Yeah. Get some people out to do my bidding. There we go. So I hate it how they go after the people rather than the houses. The people are the important thing. I mean, the houses are the important thing, because it's the houses that create their people. Get rid of the house and then they won't be able to create any more people. Won that one back. Just volcano this. Actually, I'll just wait. Well, I'll volcano that, and then I'll wait for Armageddon. Let's play the waiting game. Yes, I'm going to be doing these worlds very quickly. I've done 2 already. Down. Gonna be a castle. No, he actually lost the fight. Yeah, I'll do Armageddon now. It doesn't matter if they don't go in the middle when you do Armageddon. If they fight them before they go in the middle, as long as you press Armageddon and then they all die, then you'll still get the reward for Armageddon, which is you'll get more points and you'll jump more worlds. That's my experience anyway. You do jump more worlds as long as you do Armageddon. More or less. There are some anomalies, but most of the time you will jump more worlds. You see, look at the perish rate, it's quite fast. He's going down quite a bit. So even though he has the sword, which is the highest weapon, and I don't know what mine has. Mine has a sword as well, so I can't really explain that, but if mine had the club, he'd still win. The weapon has no bearing at all on it. So that was 28 I was on. Timpiold is number 35. That's quite good. I've jumped 7. It's now desert again, and they can just do earthquakes and swamps, and it's very high, but it's still easy. So I just start with 1. This is the only one I have, so make him go forward, so I can get a castle out of him, like that. Now, this is a good opportunity to squeeze a person out. Just create some land for him, and then just sort of squeeze a person out. Put it on go to magnet so he goes towards the new land you created, and squeeze a person out. like that. And then when he gets far enough, then put it on build, like that. And then bingo, you have another house. And the more houses you have, the more population you'll create more quickly. Now, 2 houses will create population more quickly than 1, especially 2 castles. And might as well squeeze another person out of him, like that. And then put him to build, like that. And he'll be quite weak because I did squeeze him out. That's 3 I have. There we go. It's 3 castles. So squeeze one out of it. I don't have to. I just have to squeeze it once. Good. He's going in the right direction. Well, more or less. Oh, he's building and walking away. Didn't have enough mana though. What happened to him? He's over here. Oh, he's going around in circles now. He's gone crazy. Just leave him to it. Oh, it's build near towns only. Yeah, see, so what I can do with build near towns only is I can just build up from sea level like that and no further. So even though it's towns only, they won't. If you just get stuck with a person, like they do a volcano or something or an earthquake, you won't be trapped and not be able to do anything. You can do a little bit to help create terrain for him. So if you squeeze out a person, I mean, when I first played this, I used to wait until I just had to get the castle down once. If none came out, then I'd wait. But squeezing a person out is a much better strategy, because you have to create houses as quickly as possible, and squeezing a person out is the best thing to do. Many castles as possible. Rocks. If you notice, there's always 3 types of tree. See here, there's that cactus, and then there's the cactus that looks like a boot, and then there's and there's actually 2 types of tree on this one. Just the 2 types of cacti. Yeah, there's 2 on this one. Yeah, I thought there were 3 types, and I've never really noticed before. Yeah. And other ones, there are 3 types of tree. I don't go in there. Yeah, whenever they can do earthquakes, they always start off by earthquaking a lot. It's really annoying. There's no real danger as long as they don't create a huge pool of water. If they do create a pool of water with their earthquake, just pause it and see if anyone's drowning, because sometimes they are. So I can do everything, so this one won't be too tricky. A general rule of thumb is if you can do swamps, it's easy, because then you'll be able to swamp their leader or their knight. If you can't do swamp, I mean, it doesn't really matter on the early worlds like this, because they're easy enough anyway, but on the later ones it's always easier if you can do swamps. Do these get him out? Yeah, it's usually on the other landscape there are 2 types of trees. Like, see on bitmap, the Coke can, pencil, and coffee cup. On here, there's only 2 types. Just the cacti that look like boots, and the 3-pronged cacti. Sorted. What I used to do when I used to play this when I was little was I never wanted to join on with evil, and it's just pretty pointless doing that because, especially on the early worlds, not wanting to join on, just hurry up and join on and get the world over with. You have to join on eventually if you ever want to defeat them. A tent just for me. Oh, for some reason he's fighting lots. It's just random. I'll take his house though. He has a bit of strength left. I'll leave him after he wins this castle. No, he lost the castle. Yeah, that was a punishment I got just there. Another punishment because I lost my leader. They punished me for it. And I lost some mana as well. Might as well just have it on permanent fight than settle now. I don't know, my leader looks like he had a notch of orange on his left bar. That should have been enough to get that castle, but it obviously wasn't. The castle obviously had a bit more strength in it than I thought. Never mind. Get that castle by going to Papal Magnet. Nope, lost another leader. There we go. A volcano. No, not a volcano. But keep on fighting and settle. Get on with it. Please, just fight a house. It's a house I need. So I hate it how they all just go after people. Because, see, it doesn't help. Because it's the houses I need. Get the house. I'll just muck up their land a bit. Yeah, this is a good strategy. Just make little volcanoes, and then they can't build anywhere. It's a really good strategy for later on in the game. I'll show you when. So just get up their houses. Build quickly, and then back to fight and settle. Turn this one into a castle. There we go. And let's see if I can drown the rest of these. Oh, he's going around in circles now. That's it, and in you go. Leave him there. It's quite difficult to drown them. It's not a really good strategy to win the game. But it is possible. Oh yeah, that earthquake they did, I forgot about that. Right. Out you come. Let's all fight, shall we? Still more work to do. No, that got it. That was it. Okay, that was 35, and I've gone to 40. Oh, I still jumped 5. That's not too bad. So I can just do floods. It's snow and ice. Strong chance they'll do a flood here because their rating is very high. So I better put it on 2 tiers. So you can build on 2 tiers like that. Still have to get rid of this rock though. It's a bit annoying. That's the trouble with putting it on 2 tiers. Like I said, I think I said it before on Scotcumet. It makes it harder. You use up more mana. You see, look at all the mana I've used already just doing that, and it's harder to drown rocks and knights and leaders and things. So, but it's important you do so, especially on this world, because if all they can do is floods, and it's also very high rating, there's a strong chance they will do a flood. Unless I do the world really quickly, but I can't be bothered to take the chance. I just rather just put it on 2 tiers. But just get the castle as soon as possible, like that. Put him on 2 tiers as well. Oh good, he's moved forward a bit. Make a castle out of him. Put it on gather quickly for the other people, just so they don't die. And then go over here. Oh good, he's already on 2 tiers, that's lucky. Right, move him forward. Is that it? Right, one more. And we're done. There we go. Put it off gather now. Get rid of this blasted rock. Good to see, look at all that effort needed just to get rid of one rock because it's on 2 tiers. Now forward a bit, please. Yeah, there, perfect. That's it, baby. Just there, baby. Right. Oh no. Yep, and just to the left, that's it. Or right, rather. If you let them build, then it usually snaps them out of it always snaps them out of their craziness. So just to get a castle down and let them build, and then get them up again, then they'll move, hopefully, in the right direction. And if they don't, just try the same trick again. That's the sort of thing only experience at this game can teach you, really. When evil can't do anything, well, apart from floods, but that's effectively they can't do anything. All they'll try to do to try and attack you is invade. They'll make a strong leader, and then they'll just try to invade your castles. And look at all these rocks. Invade your castles. I just wanted him to build there. It really is annoying. I want to get rid of these rocks. No, I can't build anywhere now. Oh, how annoying. Right, yeah, build there, goody. Right, that's all the rocks gone. Good. Yeah, the good rocks in this. They look a bit like the bad rocks, but they're more sort of rounded, if you notice, like that. Everything's exactly the same as Grassy Plains, except it's covered in ice, basically. This landscape. The graphics are exactly the same, except they're covered in ice. Houses are the same, and what have you. Right, where'd he go? See, that'll snap him out of it, and then he'll go over there. See, because he was going around in circles. Oops. Whoops. some person over here. If you just quickly do it, you can just sort of glitch another move like that. Because I shouldn't have been allowed to move them because I was above sea level and there wasn't a house. But I mucked that up anyway by accident. Never mind. There you go. Oh dear, come on. Need a flag. Because I couldn't use that flag because I was going to get that one up. There we go. Make a load more terrain. As you're on a bit high, you can do this and then go down like that. You can't do that high on one tier because if you want to get rid of it all without moving the hand left and right, you have to go lower than the sea level, which you can't do. So on 2 tiers has its advantage. You can create more land quickly. See, observe. Make it really high like that, and then go down like that, and then up. Whereas if you try to do that on 1 tier, you'd create a mountain, you wouldn't be able to lower it anymore. Right, so that's sorted. Right, going to Purple Magnet now. I might as well make a knight now. I'll volcano them and make a knight. Get that down, otherwise he'll lose some of his strength in the castle if you don't. Some of his population will be deposited in the castle, so if he goes inside a castle, make sure you make a goes inside a castle. Get down the castle quickly. Just there will do, old friend. Right. Do one over here as well, and then make him a knight like that. Make some land for him, otherwise he'll go crazy like that. And he's going crazy now. No, he's gone back to normal. They go back to normal pretty quickly, and then let him do his thing. Put a shield on him to keep an eye on him. Always maximum yellow. Right, get another leader. Volcano. Earthquakes. I only really find earthquakes are useful for lowering volcanoes. Really, they're pretty useful. Useless as a weapon. I can't really do any swamps for this leader, so because there's no flat land without any rocks. So just bind your tile. You can earthquake some if you want. You see, he's really useful for lowering volcanoes. No, he's gonna. I wanted to swamp their leader before he fought my knights, because then it would. Otherwise, my knight's gonna lose a load of strength like that. See, but it's already done. And I didn't give them the chance to do a flood, so the 2 tiers was unnecessary. But sometimes they will do one before. It's best not to take your chances. The flood is pretty devastating, even if the water isn't fatal. It's still pretty devastating. Yeah, ruined houses, they're like the rocks, but you can build next to them. You are able to build next to them. You can't build next. The walkers can't build next to rocks, but they can build next to ruined houses. But they will hamper cropland like rocks will. So they're almost like rocks. So yeah, it's only got 58,000 points rather than 100,000 because I didn't do Armageddon. So I was on 40, and now I'm on 43. It sort of punishes you for not doing Armageddon. If I'd done Armageddon, waited to do Armageddon, I would have jumped to at least 48 or something. Anyway, so the same type of world this is, because it repeats itself in every 5 worlds. This is 43, the same type as the last one, snow and ice. They can just do floods. Luckily, I start with an easy sort of already on 2 tiers, so but no castle, so I have to make a castle out of one of these by moving him, and move him again. That's it, perfect. And then just get up, and then actually I might as well move him as well. Actually, there we go. Make castles out of both of them. I might as well. You can leave them there, but those smaller houses, because you can't turn them into castles, those smaller houses will take longer to make to grow population. They'll take longer. Make sure you get him on 2 tiers. So up again. Done it again, and once more. Now he's on 2 tiers, right. I don't want to waste my mana too quickly, that's why I'm not doing the proper way. Well, my way of doing it, just doing it in little bursts like that. There goes, is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yep, no people, go. He's sorted. Get rid of this rock at the same time as getting him down. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, put it on 2 tiers just in case. So even though the attributes of this world are the same as the last one, because it's actually easier than the last one because we started on 2 tier land on this one. But yeah, even though the attributes are the same, the difficulty will be slightly different because of the layout at the start. That's the only thing that changes when the world attributes are exactly the same in the same group. See, yeah, as I said, you usually get about 50,000 points for doing a world. I usually do anyway. And with Armageddon, I double it. Pardon me. Yeah, with Armageddon, I double it to 100,000. Pardon me again. Yeah, and the more points you have, I think the points are related to. I'm not sure, because sometimes I have gotten 100,000 points or more, and I've only jumped 3 worlds. And other times I've gotten 50,000 points, and I've jumped about 8 worlds. But more or less, the more points, general rule of thumb is the more points you have, the more worlds you'll jump. So it's best to do Armageddon for that reason, even though it's easier. It's more of a there are some worlds, later ones, where an Armageddon is you're finding a really difficult world and there's a stalemate, and you're neck and neck on population, and it would take you ages to defeat them normally, but Armageddon it just hurries it up and makes you win the world quickly. Without Armageddon it'd be much harder, so they reward you for doing it, for taking the easy way out. It's stupid, really. Sometimes when I'm playing this and I'm doing a really difficult world, I'll actually not do Armageddon just so I can defeat the world properly, because Armageddon is an easy way out. I don't like taking an easy way out in this game, but I'll do it early on because I jump more worlds with it. That's it. get some people. I hate it when you get people out and they all go the wrong way. I want them to go the way of the flat land. I don't like it when they go to the edge as well, because I want them to create castles. Make sure you try to get him out again if he builds a castle outright, because chances are there's still a bit of population in the new castle to get a person out of there. Yeah, if you think this is annoying, having to take out all that land just to get rid of one rock, think about having it on 3 tiers or 4. It gets ridiculous. On 5 tiers, which I think is the maximum. Wait a minute, I'll just test it out actually. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 5 tiers, which is maximum. You end up, just to lower the land down to 1 square down to sea level, will muck up the whole close-up map. So don't have it on more than 2 tiers you want to do. Unless you want to do 2 floods in a row at some point, which I do sometimes, in which case have it on 3 tiers, but for that I recommend starting off at 2 tiers, then upgrading to 3 tiers later on, because otherwise you'll use up loads of mana at the start, trying to put everything on 3 tiers from the start. So I mean, this is easier than the last one. They had more population before when I was at this stage. I have about 3/8 population right now. So I'm going to go to Purple Magnet to make another knight quickly. Put the Purple Magnet somewhere here. But never ever put the Purple Magnets here, for example, because you'll find all the people that go to the leader will go into the castle. So never put it there or there. Always put it somewhere, you know, where a castle isn't in the path, like there. Because then otherwise the walkers tend to drop off in the castle and stay there, and it's really annoying trying to remember where they are. And you wonder why the leader isn't getting stronger, because all the people are going inside the castle. And eventually they will come out, but they'll leave a load of strength in there, because eventually the limits of the castle will be reached. That's annoying. I want to get rid of that rock, but doing so will get the house down. Let's go Purple Magnet now. So I wanted to keep the house, so I still got to go to Purple Magnet there for a second. So you build again, and ditto with this one. Oh, it doesn't matter actually, because there's that one who's going to replace him anyway. Like that. There we go. And he's probably strong enough. Yeah, that'll do. Build a path for him. Like that. Oh, the leader. That gave me a reward. My mana jumped a bit. You don't get much of a reward when you have high mana and you do that. You only really get the reward when you're on very low mana, and it makes you like you on Purple Magnet on the mana bar, and it will jump you straight to Swamp or something early on. But when you're on Volcano, you only jump a little bit. I'll fight and settle now. Not much to get really. Here's something interesting. I'll just talk about this. I don't know if this is must be a glitch, but you can only do swamps on flat land. But you can also do swamps in the sea. Now walkers will never normally walk in the sea because they know it'll kill them. They're not that stupid. But if there's a swamp in the sea, they will walk in the sea and die in the swamp in the sea. Hopefully I'll just be able to test that out. So I'll do one there, and hopefully there's a swamp in the sea. Yeah, here it is. You see, he fell in the sea. Do you see that? Yeah, he fell in the sea. There's a swamp in the sea there. It's obviously a glitch, because they don't ever walk in the sea normally, because that would kill them. But if there's a swamp, it sort of swamp in a sea that you can't see, they will walk into the sea, into the swamp. And so if you ever want to swamp someone, there's no flat land nearby, remember that you can swamp in the sea, and they will fall in it. So yeah, they're nearly dead. Just hurry this up a bit. And he'll deal with them all now. Do another swamp in the sea. Oh no, the chance has gone. Just a sec, I'll drown him. No, he didn't fall for that. Hate it, these little refugees you get. Oh, leader's coming along to deal with them. Oh, my knight's there anyway. He's going to join. Please don't join with my knight. He's going to do it. He's going to join my knight. You see, when he joins with the knight, the knight goes. See, I mean the leader goes. You have no leader, which is why I only had 50,000 points in that. Otherwise, I probably would have had more points. Anyway, that was on 43. So now I'm on 46. Yeah, I remember weaving pert. It's 46. And 47 is our plop out. 48 is bad towel. I can't remember what the others are though. Yeah, on this type, I know this automatically really. Swamps are shallow. I'm not looking at the screen, I'm reading this. Swamps are shallow, water is fatal, evil rating is average? No, it's very low. Evil is slow, and it's rock and lava. And they can just do knights. Yes, relatively easy this one. But I shall do it in the next video, so I'll see you then.